I can feel the sunshine down upon the flowers in the ground. I can feel the wind in my hair. But above all that I observe, in all the wonders I behold, the greatest of all is love. The greatest of all that I know, of all the things I've seen, the greatest of all is love. Oh, the love that I have seen, oh, the love that has always been, the love that always will endure. Oh, the love that I have found in all the people, in all the towns. Oh, the love I have lifted me, lifted me high above the clouds, lifted me high above all the problems down. Lift me high above so I can see, 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 I can see.
The Jim and Terry Show, coming to you, as always, from the Hobbit Hole, with Jim still vacant, getting better from that cold, I trust. Well, I just wanted to have, what do they call it, a reaction podcast? I'm going to react. React to what? To Bill Maher and his show with Elon Musk as his guest speaker, and Konstantin Kisin, who's a UK comedian and conservative, on the show on Friday night, just last night. And I wanted to react to it. So here goes. What do I react to? Number one, as strange as it's going to sound for me, I like Elon Musk's general approach to life and building rockets, electric cars, digging tunnels, looking at all the technology that he's going to look at and all the things that he's doing. But he's a businessman. I'm not sure that I would say he's always right. And I certainly don't like what has happened with Twitter. So as a liberal Democrat, I object to his purchase of Twitter because he seems to be throttling, and I'm using that in the sense of controlling the speed or direction of something, Twitter. And as a user and adherent, I guess is the best way to say it, of Twitter, since Elon Musk made the purchase, I began with Jack Dorsey's mentorship. Like, he was the guy who was the owner when I joined. I can say truthfully that there was a lot more right-wing, I'm going to say from my experience, trolling, a lot more right-wing, far-right, not just conservative, but far-right ideology being pushed and trolled on Twitter since Musk took over. I've had no concrete data to go over it. There was the event called the Twitter Files, which was supposed to be the big investigation of to what extent government, U.S. government, has interfered with Twitter. And did they throttle, as in control, access from conservative speakers and spokespeople? And the Twitter files claimed to be exposing government interference in the media and throttling free speech, which is why Elon Musk decided to purchase it for $44 billion or whatever it was. But my argument would be that my own observation is that it's gone a little wonky under Elon Musk's mentorship, his ownership, his tutelage, the way he wants to make it go. Yeah, he's entitled to fire people, but at some point, you fire too many people, your business becomes an ineffective business model and cannot deliver the services that it thinks it's capable of delivering. And one of those things, I think, is checking on the content. Like YouTube, where once in a while I've even been removed. I've had a podcast removed because I said things that they deemed with their algorithm to be something offensive or should be removed. And so a podcast goes down. You can appeal the process. And in my case, I was able to get the account back and put the podcast back up. So you have this methodology, this way of dealing with claims and counterclaims and algorithms that are searching for words and bias and what have you. But my own experience is that far more gets through under the guise of free speech for conservatives and far-right thoughts than for liberal. And I'm going to go in the direction of something called woke stuff. I don't know whether you call it woke ideology, whatever they call it. I'm going to define it in a bit. But let me say that Elon Musk has not delivered in terms of free speech. He has simply allowed more trolls. And if Russian bots have their way, Twitter will fall under the realm of Russia's influence, just like Fox News became a spokesperson platform for Russia Today, for Vladimir Putin. So these things are evident by the people, the content that is being posted. And it comes in a variety of packages. One that I'm aware of is climate denialism, and that's far more now accessible and rampant on Twitter than ever before. So what is science denialism? It's simply challenging what I would say is determined science, that global warming is anthropocentric or anthropogenic, which means genus, to create. We are creating it for ourselves, and the human evidence of CO2 is a not disputed science, and yet you will find so many trolls trolling climate science, and that comes from the far right. Elon Musk has his own issues with free speech and saying things that are not right. And I think, like everyone, we make mistakes. We have to apologize and own up for it. And I have yet to see Elon Musk apologize for some of the things that he's posted. His memes, especially his attack on Elizabeth Warren or Nancy Pelosi. He's got things about Chuck Schumer, all Democrats, by the way. I don't know. He was the one who wanted to reinstate Trump, but Trump had a contractual agreement with his own Truth Social, so he couldn't come back on Twitter. I think there's where I draw the line. It's okay to have free speech. It's okay to say what you want. But when you are promoting lies, and this is where we get into the Trump trials and the indictments, when you promote lies that can be proven in court, then you're in trouble. That's no longer, you don't have the First Amendment right to be deceiving people, intentionally lying to them. We either call that fraud or some other word that brings it into the criminality. And if you're protecting criminal, fraudulent speech, it's not free speech at all. And if you have to take everybody who spreads lies to court, it's going to be filling up the courts in the U.S. and other Western democracies with the effort to put a bit on the horse once it's out of the barn, and I think Elon Musk has done that. So there's one thing. Second thing is Konstantin Kisin. I know the guy's supposed to be a comedian, but my gosh, he's saying some things that are just right out of right field. How far right? Well, pretty far. He does support Ukraine, but he's got a number of things that he said on the Bill Maher show that are just reprehensible. And even Bill Maher goes to this woke stuff. So here I go. Define woke. Woke is caring for people. Why did I start this podcast with love lifted me so I could see all the good things? Love, not God-based love, not a religious or spiritual-based love, just a love of people, love of humanity, love of the planet, love of all things. Love, stripped of all the encumbrances and baggage that historically have come to be associated with it. Just love, straight up love. And woke is love. And if you can show me a conservative policy that demonstrates love, is banning books in Florida, love. Is banning abortion, love. Is banning treatments for or necessary medicines for anyone, love. If you can tell me how that is love, I would be glad to listen. So write a comment in. Woke is love in action through policy decisions, through economic decisions, through what you believe taxpayer money should be used for and spent on. That's all in the realm of love. We had the forerunners of the NDP was the Cooperative Commonwealth Federation, CCF party, and it began with origins in the whole notion of a social gospel. That means they were emphasizing the social part of the gospel. Care about people, lift everyone up. A rising tide floats all boats, even the leaky ones, even the ones that are not deemed to be worth caring for. So we have people who are on the marginal fringes of society, drug addicts, people who need help. They need our resources too. Low-income people need our resources. People without medical plans need our help. It's not socialism. It's caring for people through policy decisions. There you go. My rant about Bill Maher's Friday show. Bye-bye for now.